this is where we want to be disciplining these things, not just saying, hey, hey. Okay? So
when they start yelping and stuff.
Yeah, like now look at what they're like.
Yep, exactly.
Right? Where you have to discipline on, like, you just going, hey.
Yeah.
It's like they don't care about it.
No.
Right? And so once I discipline, now they're going, ooh, never mind. So what happens is they pull up, you pull up. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. But you pull up, they come out, and they're blasting out into this environment like there is nothing to worry about. I can do whatever I want, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then when they come out into the environment like this, I then am going to discipline them, give them an actual consequence that makes them start to go, maybe I should think about my behavior. So then all that barking and that kind of stuff you're experiencing, they're not going to be feeling that way because they're becoming more thoughtful about how they navigate a situation. But they've been so emboldened that they just start rah, 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 you know? And so it just took that one boom, discipline, and now you're getting this regulation versus the last couple of times, rah, rah, pulling in, still barking, running around crazy, right?
Yeah.
So we can shut this and then.
Yeah.
Honey, can you get the, make sure?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. Sticks. Come on, Sticks. Come on. Okay. And so we'll see how he feels about Sticks today. But notice how Sticks is thinking about how he's approaching this because of what happened on Wednesday. So then he becomes more thoughtful. So he's starting to learn through the experiences. But we often are trying to keep them from having these experiences, and that's where we can then start having problems.
Yeah, I mean, Sticks is a little bit more. He's slightly more nervous than these guys. Okay.
I wouldn't say Sticks is more nervous than them.
Pardon?
I wouldn't say
Oh,
Sticks
you
is
wouldn't?
more.
Okay,
No.
I can't remember what you told me about Sticks.
No.
So would you say that they seem pretty happy when they just are kind of hanging out and laying around? That's what's in their nature?
Oh, I think that dogs are way more laid back than what we think they are.
Mm-hmm.
People don't need to exercise them as much. I gotta
No,
exercise
like
my dog.
there's a study where they looked at how much street dogs move, and that includes pooping, scratching, rolling, walking, running, like every kind of movement.
Mm-hmm.
And they found that the street dogs move about 23% of their day.
Okay, so then I don't have to be pressured to walk them like
Yeah, this is what I'm saying is that
we don't have
like
dogs.
we're doing things that are creating our dogs to become neurotic and have all this energy because of how we view them and how we interact with them.
Right.
And then when we see that energy, we think that, oh, they have all this pent up energy, we got to burn it.
Right.
But if I start running a mile today and I stay with it, I'm going to get in better shape, I'm going to have more energy, and I can run more miles.
Right.
So when we start exercising, trying to burn their energy, we're only feeding it. You're only going to create more of that, and that's what they're going to start to be like, and then you're going to be doing it. They can do more and more and more and more.
So we can get them with the reason to keep them healthy.
So exercise to me, I'm not thinking in terms of burning energy. I go, oh, I want to go for a walk. Like, they should just live your life that you live. Like, and most people, they want to do exercise where they are throwing the ball. Because why? The person doesn't want to run around.
Well, some people do. Like, I took my dog
such
for a
a
run, like my
Yeah,
neighbor.
but if
that's
they're
kinda
going for a run because they're a runner, that's fine. Because they're a runner, you know. But what kind of mindset is the dog in when they are running? You know?
No.
and you got to be direct. Like, see, what I see is this. Like,
No.
just
Was
a
that
little
good?
better.
Okay, all right.
But what I see is kind of like this. Like, it's like a like a nervous hesitation, where, like, just move forward and be like, I mean, like, knock it off. Like, you gotta have this believability to you.
Okay.
And that's where I know it's uncomfortable and difficult, and that's why I think you're moving the right direction for sure.
Okay.
It just, I'm gonna keep looking at fine tuning the knowledge that you guys have as we continue forward, and then you just start trying to apply it.
Chowder made. It's just,
Well, Chowder, my life is better just from
That's-
eating the first time.
That's great.
I just have to keep it up, and it'll
Yeah.
get better.
And-
But it's like I can live now.
Yeah,
And
and
he seems chill.
yeah, and this is
shaking, getting
He's a
that
Yeah.
big
shit
boy.
out.
He's
Yeah.
not like an
But
asshole.
you're
Yeah.
gonna be tempted when we go in there.
And-
There's some
and-
charming dogs there.
yeah. Well, this is where think of it as meeting new people. Do you want to give all new people hugs and kisses? Me either. So you got to look at it like this. A lot of times, what happens with dogs is it makes us feel like, I think we relate to them like babies. And when we see oh, how cute, little cute things, you know, and it makes us want to do that. And I get that. But we want to start off where you go, let me be around you, understand you, learn about you. This is who I am. These are my boundaries. And then you start to form a relationship that moves into the intimacy, into the affection, like that. It's healthier, you know. So, Missy.
Totally got caught up in totally got caught up in.
Oh, for
as
the
soon as I
WhatsApp.
got back, people were like,
Yeah,
pinging me.
did he tell you that Chowder was looking at playing a little bit on
Oh,
Wednesday?
yeah.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
I do like to
Oh,
watch
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
This Hog Park is so fun.
Yeah. And Cheza. Hey. Cheza. Cheza. And so this is the dog that he had snapped at. Little Ricky, right? And so,
That's what we call him,
yeah. And so,
Poor Rick Toad.
I like that one. But yeah, so you're seeing that everything's so much more calm than when we first met.
It was really.
It was chaotic.
It's like all.
You guys were everywhere, the dogs were everywhere, you know, and
That's it.
and now it just seems so much more even killed.
It's pretty natural. It's
Yeah.
just like the way it should be. It's
Yeah.
amazing all these dogs just.
Yeah, and there's still some more inside that we'll get to. This isn't even everybody. This is actually a pretty quiet day. Hey, it's mine. Don't touch that. But yeah, so then we'll let in Apollo. Yeah, there's.
Where on earth did you get this bus?
I bought it from a guy in Prineville.
Where was it at?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then I've had it on some clients' property before. I drove it like, I think 4 or 5 times.
How fun.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And actually, I was really nervous the first time because I've never drove anything like this, you know. And
It's a
and
pretty
it actually is way easier
No.
than you'd think.
I
But
see.
see how when you say no and you kind of back up, I would be thinking like hold your ground.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not my dog.
No, but that doesn't matter.
I know I should do it.
Yeah, but if it's fine that they smell you, but if you don't want it and you don't like what they're doing, you let them know, and then you get that point across. Like, there's nothing wrong with you setting your boundaries. It doesn't matter that it's not your dog. If I don't like what the dog's doing and I don't want to be treated like this and I don't like it, I'm going to save my boundaries.
Sounds
And
good.
and it's just, if people have a problem with that, just always realize that's their own thing. That's their own thing. I just feel I can set my boundaries. There's nothing wrong with that. And this is why I like getting clients into the mix, because you get practice not only setting boundaries and working on things and with your own dogs, you get multiple dogs, and then you get to see more of what's really going on. So
See, look at this, Carolyn.
yeah. So, but
He's scared.
But-
Nothing like Wednesday.
No.
You don't understand the difference.
Yeah.
He's
he's
let that dog get
he's used
so close to her. And
he's used to
looking at me.
you picking him up when he's like
I pick 'em
in
all
these
up, they're
situations,
my
you know,
world.
and
She'll
and
pick
this
him
is
up so she doesn't
and,
step on
and this is why, like, you know, now we have to be thinking like treating them more like they're a big dog, because that's what they are. They're just big dogs in little dogs' bodies, you know. That's their minds are the same, and so once we start doing this, what's going to happen is they're going to start realizing they are safe and secure and they're okay, and everything's just going to start becoming more and more and more relaxed, and that's what we want. But busy.
No.
That's fucking on the other side. He wants some attention.
But yeah.
What's your second day or third day?
Second day.
The second
Yeah, they're on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing as well. But
There's the poop eater.
yeah, exactly.
It's interesting how Chowder is, like, you can see his brain's actually working.
Oh, he's thinking, right?
It's kind of impressive.
Yeah, and that's where he's going, how should I show up here? And he's trying to learn, and he's taking it all in. And this is why it's us. We want to keep with it, because then he's going to get better and more savvy at things.
And tell Carolyn what you told me about Chowder's behavior not being part of his makeup. Because it was like, oh, you crossed a Boston Terrier with a French Bulldog in the street.
I haven't seen them all like that. I go online.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's probably the easiest Frenchie I've ever dealt with.
Really?
Oh yeah, like he's easy. Like most of the Frenchies I've dealt with are real stubborn, and they'll when you go to discipline, they'll fight you back and look to be aggressive to you and stuff. So as far as the Frenchies I've experienced, he's pretty easygoing. But yeah, no, I think that this is where he I think has like some insecurity, and then he has an edge to him, and then he's been being spoiled and emboldened, and so and then lack of socialization, it kind of creates a bigger problem than what it really is.
It was a bad situation when we got him. We got him for emotional reasons. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we're gonna lose. Oh,
Yeah.
The old dog.
Yeah, no,
My son with some wisdom.
yeah,
got it.
I understand.
But,
But now
no
we're
excuses, right?
well, yeah, it's just the journey that you're on, and I've seen that many times. And then we have to that's why I'm saying it's really important to work on your setting boundaries, and then you having control over when and how and where and why you're giving affection. So then you don't get taken advantage of, and people don't mistake your kindness for weakness.
Yeah, everybody thinks I'm weak.
Yeah, and that's why we gotta balance it out so that your kindness isn't weakness. It's not because you feel like that's the only way you can be.
It's interesting. I'm doing equine therapy,
Oh yeah.
so I'm like getting the double psychology of
Yeah,
animals.
yeah.
This is like fascinating
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
So, but this is actually better than what she does. It's a brush the horse.
Yeah. See,
This is like really.
I'm trying to act like a dog. Like I'm just.
Yeah.
sitting in the
This is
sun.
really cool. I feel better just acting like a dog.
yeah, it's way more grounding when you go chill out. Like, this is where a lot of that therapy, like animal therapy, we're using dogs like they're, and horses and animals like they're an emotional towel that we can just rub our emotions off on. And I'm saying, how about we actually understand why we have these emotions and what's really going on, and then let's then center ourselves and then understand how these emotions help us navigate, and then you can balance out. Like a lot of these dogs, like, they couldn't be with other dogs, couldn't be with people, and
No.
now, yeah, way better on your assertiveness there, way more clear, right? Do you feel out how more direct and smooth that was versus the kind of like tap dancing and yeah,
And I
exactly.
end up going, oh my God, look how cute.
Yeah.
I mean, I've like done everything to ruin him.
Yeah, and then say he jumps up, you could also just ignore him. You know, you could just blow him off and just not even do anything. Just, he jumps up on you, you don't do anything about it. That's fine too.
It's interesting how they're choosing just to chill out.
Oh yeah, but this is why people think that I need to teach my dog to sit and to down and how to relax, and
It's so stressful because I come back and I'd be like overwhelmed. My head would explode. Like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I got to go practice all these things.
Yeah.
And the trainer like, wants me to go home and work more. It's like, I can't
Yeah.
do this.
And-
I brought him home and it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.